Happy Saturday. Welcome to Sports with Mandela. As usual, we start with a quote. Without wisdom, knowledge is either useless or destructive. Morning, Taddy, what's up?
Hey, morning, Earl, man. Pretty good, pretty good. Except, we're getting off to a late start. I don't like the late business, you know. But unfortunately, nothing we can control, But hey, we don't delay. Yeah. Let's get going. We have some special guests in the studio.
Not just a special, very special guest.
A very special guest.
You're talking about a man who distinguished himself in Olympics in Antigua and Barbuda, went to the finals in World Olympics. That's a good achievement. Despite people might say he came fourth and all kind of stuff, just be a part of that finals there. Speak volume for Antigua and Barbuda, put Antigua and Barbuda on the map. Out of how much millions of people around the globe. So I want to say good morning to Daniel Bakker Bailey. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to the listening audience.
Now, what's up? I'm hoping to get your coach online soon because I know your coach is busy in New York doing his training and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But tell Antigua. First of all, welcome. When you find your love for the sports,
in the show, I'll try my best to answer as much questions as possible, and I'll try my best to share as much knowledge as much as possible.
This is your show. This is your show. So it's all about you. It's your show.
Okay.
So
no problem. To be honest, I started off playing football.
Okay.
And I was used to play for the Villa Primary School.
Yeah.
And, they used to have me as a defender. And so the coach would be like, hey, I think you can do track and field, that's Mr. Benjamin. They call me Spanky.
Yeah.
I think you should do track and field because you're pretty quick. So I was like, okay, cool, no problem. The sports that came the following month after. I went and I won it, without any training. And he said to me, hey, it's either one or two, you gotta choose one, I mean, it took me a while. It took me a very long while before I decided which
sports you want
I'm going to actually, partake in and take as a career. But to be honest, I don't think I was a great football player. You understand?
I think that's the coach
calling. I don't think
now.
I was a great football player.
The coach used to be a footballer, right?
Yes, of course. I mean, he's on a big.
I know. Time he helped me give me one ball in cricket. So since that, you think he's the best bowler.
Oh man, yeah man. Trust me,
Casey.
He's a great all-rounder.
Casey, hello. Yeah. So you went until Casey, they get Casey started out.
Right. So after I won the sports and everything, the coach said to me, "Hey, listen, you got to choose, track and field or football." I said to him, I mean, I don't think I'm a great football player, so I'm gonna stick to track and field.
Right.
And even when I started track and field, I mean, I was a bit, skeptical about training because I don't like to train, hard. After a while, I mean, it started to take a toll on my body, started missing days. The coach was actually there looking for me.
Casey.
To come.
Okay, I just want to make sure you're there. So Daniel is saying, so I just want to make sure you're there. Yeah, Daniel.
Right, so the coach was actually looking for me to come to attend training and, to be there because actually the career of the games was coming up in a few months. So he was trying to get me qualified and stuff like that. I was like, the career of the games. I mean, I don't think I'm a little too young for that or, I don't think that comes in a little bit too, out of my league.
Right.
He said, no, I think you have a good talent, just go. Then I started training Mr. Carl Casey, and Calvin Greenaway. And, I started to, learn different stuff and understand, what the meaning of track and field is, what it takes to make certain significant improvements and, what you need to do as an athlete.
Right.
So I did exactly that. And at one point, 2 years into it, I started to slack off again, So for some reason, I don't know what could cause that at that young age, but sometimes when you're young, coming up, I mean, a lot of things go through your head, you go through different things, personal things, stuff like that, but your mind is just not there yet until you can get a wake-up call.
Right.
And I wake up when I went to my first Curved Games that same year, and won a silver medal in the 200 meter.
Okay, let me just get Casey. Casey. I was hoping to get Casey, so I can ask him when he met you first. what did he saw in you that know that
Right,
hey, you're gonna
yeah.
be this kind of athlete going forward
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
So when you went to the first curve the game, were you nervous? Were you how you felt going to that first game?
I mean,
Uh-huh.
I felt a little nervous, to be honest. Knowing the quality of athletes I'm going to compete against. When I got there first, you know, everybody was well organized. You know, some of these guys look a little, you know, bigger than the age and stuff like that. So it kind of had me worried for a little bit. You know, so the coach was actually saying to me, hey, listen, you know, don't worry about. So I went out there, did that, and in the final. I made the final, but I came dead last. And I said, okay, cool, no problem. I made it to the 200, meet the final, and that's when I said, okay, if I can do what my coach told me to do, I should be able to grab a medal. And I did exactly that, and here we are today. So I think that Career of the Games 200-meter medal opened up my eyes to a lot of things and helped me to think, oh, yeah, let me just take this as a career and see how far I can reach in this sport.
Right.
Yeah.
And leading up to all these games and stuff, again, you went off to college, right? How was the college experience for you?
To be honest, I didn't go to college. I went pro right after my last junior year in Antigua. At that time, I was running exceptionally well to be a professional athlete at a young age. So I did that, and I saw the professional coach, and we had a conversation. Everything went off from that.
And I think coach told me yesterday that you were on 10 seconds.
Yeah, 9 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been on in 10 seconds about 9 times. So far in my career, well, I'm not running anymore, but yeah, I've been on the 10 seconds about 9 times.
Yeah. What I used to ask, I want to ask this question too. What was like training with Usain, the great Usain Bolt? Yeah, I spent some time in Jamaica with him down the track club there.
Yeah. To be honest, I mean, it's a great experience. I mean, it's great to have a world record holder as a training partner to train alongside with him. You know, to know his moves, his attitude, his behavior, you know, how he reacts, how he trains, and everything. And then if you can, you know, mimic or look up to certain things that he does, I mean, you can become well good yourself.
Yeah.
So I think I use that as my advantage to to help me excel in my career where track and field is concerned.
And I think if I can remember, I think one time I think you won a race ahead of him with him.
Yes, that was my first 100-meter race in Jamaica. Actually, I just came out of indoors. I was running really fast in indoors, really, really fast. And coach said to me, he gonna make me open around 100 meter, and we did that. And I won the race, but they said we tied. To be honest, I won the race. They said we tied. But the race I think you're talking about is the race in Berlin, which is the quarterfinal for men's 100 meter. Yeah.
How that feel? How you felt when you beat the great Usain Bolt?
I mean, I told him before I was gonna run hard. No, I said to him that I'm gonna run hard because I don't feel like I'm warm as yet, so I'm gonna run hard. So if you wanna follow me and do what you gotta, that's okay. If you pass me, that's all right. But I'm gonna run hard. I did that, and I did the job. I got the job done, and move on to the next round. So yeah.
I heard something where I know I'll jump over that, skip over that. If you won the race, how did they create time? They want to explain that. I just jump.
I don't know.
Jump over that.
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I mean, it wasn't a race to say, hey, a big gold medal or big prize money. It was like one of those bush leagues. They do have they do have them. They have bush leagues. We call them bush leagues in track and field. So he was actually in Jamaica. Yeah, he was actually in Jamaica. So after that, everything went bizarre. Everybody's like, oh, the little Antiguan guy beat Usain Bolt only 9:98 seconds. That was actually my first something, but it was win 8 head. And when I say win 8 head, it means like the breeze was over the allowable limit for the 100 meter, which is 2.2 meter per second. Okay.
So tell me so. I heard a couple things just now. You did 9.98, and that was wind assisted. Did you do any sub 10 they call it?
Yeah.
We don't do wind assisted.
No, it cannot be.
Have you done any without the wind assisted?
Yes, I have done 7 times without the breeze. Actually, the fastest time I ever ran on the 10 seconds is 9:91, which is the national record for Antigua and Barbuda. And I ran that with a 0.2 headwind. So the breeze is running into my face, not behind my back. So that's how I know I could have gone way faster than 9:91.
Correct.
So yeah, correct.
You're working against
it's a different advantage.
Yeah.
So,
But can you imagine 991 is that's better than most Olympic champions. The most Olympic champions. Hazy Crawford didn't do so good.
Yeah, at that time.
At the time.
But at that time, I mean, it was pretty good. It was really good. I mean, it was a fast time, but at the same time, it still wasn't good enough. You understand me? Because you have guys out there running 9.8 seconds, and if you can run for you to be at the championship, if you can run 9.92 or 9.93 or better, you stand a great chance of making the final in any Olympic Games or World Championship game. You cannot go there with 10 zeros and 9.98. Then them times don't count anymore. Because as you can see, there's so many of these guys out there running sub 10s right now in this time. It's crazy.
So the 991 record still stand here in Antigua? It's still here in Antigua?
It is still the national record for Antigua and Barbuda.
That's a real tremendous achievement. But in terms of in that stint in Jamaica and stuff, how you think that get your game to the next level?
To be honest, at first it was a little tough, learning the new ways of improving, trying to get fast and trying to get stronger. Training in a different environment with different athletes who are way better than you. I mean, I had to learn a lot. It took me about 2 years before I can grasp and understand, what was going on, why the body changes, my body goes through, stuff like that, and after the first 2 years, I realized that my body has gone to a different level, and, the coach explained to me, hey, look, it may take you at least a year or two to get adjusted to the program and different, and, I did exactly that, and I think from then I started to realize, how serious it is and, what it takes to get to the next level. I mean, like I said, it's not an easy thing, every day to get up, try to do the same thing over and over every day, get up, train, go to the gym, take your supplements, go to training, train hard 3 hours a day, get work done, massage, stretch, you got to follow a routine every single day for 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. So it's not an easy thing.
See, I heard you say something again just now. When they got there, you realize those guys are much better than you. And that's important, you know. And I keep saying to guys who are cricket, you're as good as who you play against. If you play against guys who are better than you, if you're not willing to learn and work hard, you're not going to get to that next level.
Correct.
And you, when you got there, realize that you decide, well, look, I'm going to push to get to that next level.
Yes. And with that being said, let me add a little bit to that. Because when I left Antigua to go to Jamaica to train, I was training 3 days a week before I got to Jamaica. I didn't do any gym work, no strength work at all pertaining to track and field until I got to Jamaica. So that was a plus and an advantage for my coach in Jamaica. So after he explained to me like, oh, you're supposed to be training X amount of days with certain amount of volume, with certain amount of strength based on your age and your body structure, your whole skeletal, your muscle and stuff like that. And when he explained that to me, I said to myself, wow. I said, okay, cool, no problem. And he worked around it, and we got to the point that we need to get to move on to the next level.
No, haven't heard what you said just now. To me, it's very important, You got that experience in Jamaica. Can you tell Earl and me, I don't know, that the coaches here now adapt the kind of strategy that people go to the gym and work on strength stuff? Because if most you going in and maybe not know gymming.
No,
and heard it says massage and all that too,
Yeah,
are those the keys to
they're key factors to track and field. But I mean, I wouldn't say that they don't know or they don't have the knowledge or experience to get it done. Because every coach is different. Every coach has their own way of getting things done, how they want in their time. You understand? I've known quite a few coaches who have gone through some of the same experience I went through as a junior athlete or professional athlete by dealing with the athletes by getting the right supplements and make sure that they're getting the right strength work, the right work that they need to get to make them sprint properly, the waist and the whole biomechanics and stuff like that. They do have coaches in Antigua that can get the job done, but like I said, it's up to what level they get it done to. All right, because you don't want to get it to one level and then you stick to that level. You want to get it from point A to point B, and then when you want to get from point B, you want to go to C.
Sure.
Especially when you're working with a young athlete who is 13, 14 years old, because when they get older, it gets harder. And when it gets harder, you got to look at the whole, the meaning of the athlete again, how they get stronger, maturity, start to put on weight, stuff like that. So you got to look at everything, how much volume you give them, how many times they train a day, stuff like that.
But before the Olympics, I want to just go slowly. Because I say this is your show, so we have time to talk about your career. I want people to know about Daniel today.
Hey, hold on. Okay, I don't want to get to that yet. I heard it says about the ABC thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, our coaches here can take them to the DEF and so?
I think I have coaches in Antigua can, if they apply the right work, they can, of course, they can.
Okay, most of the successful ones go overseas.
I wouldn't say successful way because we have athletes here that we have coaches here in Antigua that like I said, they have the knowledge to take you from point A to point B, and they have some that can take you from point B to point C. But like I said,
but that's what D and F now.
You're really trying to get at the finished product. That's what I guess I know that.
No, when I get to D and F, you're talking about the Olympic Games. That's type of level.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, I think they have coaches here can get the athletes to the Olympic level, training locally in Antigua.
Including yourself.
If they apply the right work.
Including yourself.
Of course.
Okay, cool, good stuff.
Yeah, would be really good.
But beyond that, guys. Okay, what you said a while ago is like an everyday thing when you're in Jamaica.
Yes.
You live that.
Yes.
Everyday thing.
Yes, not going to school and then come to training, or it's not about just, being a semi-professional, just only doing part of it. No, we don't do half. We just don't do a little physiotherapy here, a little gym here. No, we go through the full ranks of a professional athlete. Everything has to be on par and time and be dated.
Let me say good morning to. Let me make sure. Let me say good morning to the president. I'd like to say you're watching you, Mrs.
Charles, yes.
He's watching you.
Well, let me ask you again, man, because
good morning, Mr.
Okay,
good morning, Madam President.
Very important to me. Okay, you said a while ago, coaches here can take them to the Olympic, but I also said to you too, when you're in Jamaica, it's an everyday thing. But do we have this everyday thing in Antigua where you just do that alone to get you to that level?
No, because I don't think that I could be wrong.
You know what? I will get to that part of it. I want to talk with you first, because when I'm done talking with you,
Okay, no problem.
When I'm done talking now, because you're a coach now, you're going to talk about the coaching part.
Okay.
Tell the guys about the coaching Antigua and athletes and stuff. But I want to talk about career firstly.
No problem.
Before the Olympics, I'm sure you have some international games. There are some games before the Olympics stuff. I forgot the names right now.
They have like the Diamond Leagues
Like Diamond
and stuff,
League.
Grand Prix and stuff like that.
So you have took part in those kind of stuff?
Yeah. First of all, for you to take part in these Diamond Leagues around the world as a professional league, you have to be invited. If you're not invited, I mean you're not good enough to reach the table to participate
Correct.
in the Diamond League.
Correct.
So if you're not running the Diamond League, you're not at the top
Tier,
athletes.
right.
All right. I've competed in, to be honest, through my whole career, about probably 6 or 7 Diamond Leagues through my whole career, because I started the senior league a little bit later than usual. So the last 2 years I've competed in the Diamond League, but I've competed in quite a few, and quite a few Grand Prix as well too.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I believe for the elite athletes. Eh?
Yeah, for the top of the top at least. So they will use a pool of the top 12, and then they will select out of the top 12 who will compete. There's only 8 lanes.
Right.
So if you get a lane in the Diamond League, that means you're well off.
Okay. Let me just say good morning to all who view online. Errol Fated Pierre online in Orlando. Zaza Green, Shauna Charles, Mark and Marlon, big up to yourself. Shauna said the audio is very perfect this week, so she's happy. She can hear her athlete very clear this week, so she's very happy. Thank you, Shauna, Mother President, for that. So the Diamond League, you took part in the Diamond League, you said?
Yes, I did.
What were your performances?
I mean, in all the Diamond Leagues I've competed in 7 Diamond Leagues, 6 to 7 Diamond Leagues, and my performance was pretty good. To be honest, to me, I think I did.
What is pretty good?
I came like top 4. So if it's not first, it's
Right.
first to 4.
Oh, good. Sounds good.
So sometimes I come second, I will come third,
Yeah.
I'll come first. I mean, if you can win,
The second is pretty good. You know.
I know. I'm saying
I prefer the first, but second in that, in that league.
right.
Let me just say something, Mark. Mark, my friend in Ohio says that the light in the room is kind of dark. You can't see how it. Them boys can line up Mark hard now. When not the lighting and so them are very perfection. So let me tell you, a lot of people watching overseas, they want to make sure what Antigua do here, come on, go to them overseas so they can post up and make our show big. So they say light too dark. That's better, Lucine. Let me know if the light's better. Give me a thumbs up. So you come, which is pretty good that you come forward.
Yeah,
As I said too, Antigua smart that if you to take part in those kind of leagues and stuff
And win and place and stuff.
and place is a big
It is tremendous achievement.
you know, a lot of people think the only medal is a stuff, but just to have the appearance there says a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Says a lot.
And in terms of, Liam, to the Olympics now. Let's get to the Olympics, the big one now. Liam, to that now, you had any butterflies in your tummy and stuff like that?
Well, leading up to which Olympics? I mean, the first Olympics.
the first Olympics.
Right.
The first
So
one.
the first Olympic Games was 2004. Athens, Greece. All right. I qualified because at that time I was still a junior.
Okay.
Just like I said, I
How
was
old were you?
18 years old.
18, okay.
Yeah,
When
qualified.
When you qualified, what do you mean?
I qualified and made it standard for Olympic Games. Literally qualified, like the mark was
Your name was
10,
You didn't get a
21.
white card or anything?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't think there was any wild card at the time.
Oh, okay.
I qualified. I think the qualified mark was 10.21 at that time, and as a junior I ran 10.19. So I qualified, and they selected me to represent the country at my first Olympic Games. So young,
What
but
country that-
inexperienced.
What country that was again?
Athens.
Athens.
Yeah. And when I got over there and everything, I mean, the whole experience was different.
Yeah.
Like, totally different. I mean, you've seen athletes that you sat 2-3 years ago watching on your TV, you competed against.
Right.
And when you can get to that level, you realize, wow, I mean, I've done it part of the way, but there's so many more to do, moving forward through the journey.
True.
You understand? So, I mean, there's a whole experience about the whole room and the food, eating and stuff like that. 24-hour cafe, you're going to get food 24 hours a day. There's a certain section for nutrition, how you want to eat, certain meat section, different food from different countries, dishes from different, even little fast food, McDonald's, and, at the Olympic Games, there's everything. Chinese food, because I love Chinese, you know. So yeah. So it's the whole works. You know what I'm saying? And you get to sit and dine and eat with the best of the best.
Right.
You know.
So tell me something. You go eat any and anything?
No, well, not really. At first, I was kind of a little bit,
Skeptical.
easy with the eating, because trust me, it is so much food. You don't want to eat too much and then you put on weight, and then you feel fatigue and you cannot run, because it happens.
Right.
It happens. People go, they overeat and not eating well and stuff like that, and they just feel fatigued, they feel sluggish, they feel tired. Especially when they're going overseas or to a place to compete 6, 7, 8 hours ahead of you. You understand? Your whole sleeping habit change, your eating habit change, so you got to apply and get yourself working with that hours to, get the best performance of yourself. So when I started eating a little, then after a while I started to get out of the way. I mean, like I started eating, like just eat. I'm just eating pizza and all kind of different stuff. But that only happened after the fact I finished running and stuff like that.
Well, I was going to ask a question. I was just about to ask that.
Yeah,
but in terms of getting there to the Olympics, what kind of training, how your training go to get you ready for the heats and stuff like that? Yeah, any specific training you have to do to get ready for the heats and stuff?
Yeah, you have to prepare yourself. It depends on what level you're at. Like, for example, you mentioned the Olympic Games. For the heat, you will have to do a certain type of warm-up, Not when I say certain type of warm-up that you're accustomed to do. Nothing crazy, because you have other rounds to do and stuff like that. So you want to make sure you manage your stretches and your drills, and make sure everything is firing up. Make sure everything is loosened, and you're light, you feel good, you're staying hydrated and stuff like that. You would do probably a few run outs, maybe not as hard, just a feel, just a feel where you at and stuff like that. You try not to do too much. I mean, it's just a lot for some coaches to prepare their athletes to run probably a heat or semi-final or final. But for me, based on my knowledge and what I've been through, preparing for a race or heat, I mean, it's just a normal procedure for me. So I'll warm up, go to the regular stretches, go to the table for my physio, make sure that my muscles are firing and everything and stuff like that. He will know, because he knows my muscle. He's the one who works. He's like a race car.
Correct.
You know your race car, you know your car, you know how to work on your car, you know what's wrong. And if a belt loosened there, you can know the belt is loosened. You can always go tighten it up, stuff like that, wear it up and stuff like that. But so yeah, it's a bit tricky, but for me it's a regular routine for me, prepare, because this is something I practice and do every day leading up to these games. That's why I said it's something you gotta practice every day and do. So you don't want to go to the championship or go to the games doing something different.
Okay. And the heats is like that. It's about 2 weeks before the finals. That's normally about 2 weeks before the finals.
The heats?
Yeah, heats.
The heat for the Olympic Games.
Yeah.
Well, usually where the athlete usually gets to the country before competition 2 weeks before. To everything, because not everything you're going to be accustomed to, but you want to get yourself as comfortable as much as possible, because sometimes when you get there, somebody take you 2-3 days to start sleeping properly, right. Stuff like that. So you got to get yourself ready. Even when you go to training, you cannot do certain types of workout, because the certain type of workout that you do, it will mess with your whole sleeping habits. It will mess with a lot of different things. You understand? So you got to weigh yourself for the first couple of days, because the first couple of days is going to be tough in training. You're going to feel like you're moving backwards. And after the first 3, 4, 5 days, you're starting to feel yourself. So that's why it's always good to travel to these games. At least try 2 weeks before competition.
But that first Olympics though for you, how was it, you find, in terms of performance-wise and stuff like that, and knowledge gain after that?
I mean, it was good, to be honest, because I can say, for some reason, they told me that I can go to the games, but I can't compete.
Oh.
I mean, at that time, I'm young, all kind of people in the ears telling you all kind of different things. Oh, you should go to the Olympics. Oh, you should go to the Olympics to watch this train. Oh, you should go to the Olympics to do that. So when you're young, you're gonna have a lot of people coming into your mind telling you should this or you should do that. But the first thing they said to me, hey, look, you don't have to compete. You qualify, you can just go. I don't know if that make any sense or what the reason why that happened. All right.
Well,
I got there.
You remember, Mike? I just asked you a while ago that I was going to say exactly what you just said. I got that would make some reason why.
It
but
doesn't make
you
any,
can't-
and I didn't understand it
Right.
at that time. All right. So I got there, and I mean, I haven't been training for 2 months. You just tell me I qualify for the Olympic Games. I've been training. Yeah, I haven't been doing nothing at all because I was just finishing my junior year that year. So I called it the season, and they called me and tell me I qualify for the Olympics so I can go to the Olympics. I was like, oh, I'm not training. Why would I want to go to the Olympics if I'm not training? And I think that is out of my league. You know, I don't think that, not because I qualified, that means that I can go and compete at the highest level. You know, sometimes you got to take your time. At the same time, which is Carl Casey was explaining to me, hey, listen, you know, don't rush it, take your time, just, you know, don't listen to the hearsays or whatever. And I got there. When I got there, 1 week before my race, they told me I have to run. I was like, really? I was like, yeah. They had a meeting. I was like, okay. So you guys are crazy. I said, yeah, that's what I said. So you guys are crazy. And it changed my whole mood,
Right.
you know, at that time. Because I didn't feel good about it, to be honest. I didn't feel
Okay,
good
not
about it.
mentally
So
prepared?
no, you know. And I went out there, and I still ended up, I came fourth in the heat,
Okay.
and still ran. It put a little damp on my mind moving forward and stuff like, you know, because it kind of damaged me a little bit because I wasn't prepared for that.
Prepared.
And you know, it was just out in the norm. I look, go to the Olympic Games. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really pleased with that. But I mean, we learn from experience, we move on, and we take it from there.
You
Right.
all have
Yeah.
guy here's some nonsense, right? So you know, I jump gun. You love jump gun fast, huh?
Huh?
You love skip. I ain't the skipping business.
Now, where do you get
Okay,
pick-
see
pick
when
up?
I keep telling I listen to things attentively. I listen to things I want to hear.
Mm.
Now you said to me, you were qualified to Olympics as a junior, and you weren't training for 3 months,
Yeah.
and you go to the Olympics, and they want you to compete.
They tell me they want to
Well, you
compete.
try to make some sense of that to me.
Yeah, I'm
I
trying to.
understand that.
Even up to this day, I'm trying to make sense of it. When I talk to coach, because I mean, me and Coach Carl Casey talk a lot, you know, and he didn't know a lot of stuff. So when I talk to him, I say, hey, coach, you know the man that sent me Olympics 2004. I tell me, tell me I'm not supposed to run, but I tell me, I got to run when I got there. 1 week after, and he said, what? I said, yeah, but he only
Find out after.
yeah, he only found out, you know,
Well, tell me something.
years after,
Wow.
actually. Yeah, because I didn't tell
didn't want
anybody.
to tell-
Yeah,
you want
I
to
just
tell
kept it to myself, you know, because my career was going okay, and then I started to make improvements, so I just left it alone, you know. Yeah.
But tell me something. Okay, you said for the people and we Olympians, you know.
Of course, because
So,
remember,
so
I was.
how you weren't involved in the training? That's what I want to find out.
How do I?
How you were not involved in the training?
Because my season was over. I finished my junior season.
Yeah.
So I was actually going to call it a season and finish my season for the junior. So, I mean, I didn't expect to, you know, to go and compete at the Olympic Games. So the coach said, hey, look, there's no more races for you over the season. That's it. You're done.
That's what the coach said, but what the association said. That the association want to make
Well,
take
they-
you to Olympics and make you one.
Well, they only realized that when I got to the Olympic Games. When they sat around the table and I said to them, listen, when they tell me, hey, you know, yeah, they had a meeting, they sat around the table and said to me, hey, listen, you have to go and run. I was like, what? That's what I said, you guys are crazy. That's what I said. "Yeah, you guys are crazy. You know, and that was it.
So,
I
something,
packed my stuff up, went, I got my spikes, got my clothes, and I went and ran, and that was it.
Suppose you walk in the spikes up. Okay?
I mean, I would have to get it.
Not going in, you know. That's what they told you. Know.
At that time, I had
Yeah.
walked with a couple of spikes just to
I
in case
understand that.
anything.
Mm.
So, I mean, you're right. It could be anything. I didn't walk with a spike. I would have to find a spike somewhere or one in my flats. Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me at all.
I know it doesn't. It doesn't.
Okay, if you're the junior guy
Yeah.
qualified, you should be the one to push it.
Correct.
You're the junior,
Yeah.
upcoming one. You should get that Olympic experience
Yeah.
with the future. You know,
Yeah, but at the same time, you don't want to push a junior into
What do you mean?
competing. No.
Why?
You can't do that
I hear the
because
word can't, why?
it's too much mentally and physically for the athlete. You understand me?
Hold on. So when they follow American track and field and all the people, plenty young,
Jingle your keys and
29,
Yeah, exactly.
18 and
But
so.
you can't go send like a 16 or 17-year-old at the Olympic Games who is just actually developing to become a great athlete or potentially to be a good athlete in their field to just to go to Olympics, just to say that you go to Olympics?
Well, you can send Olympic there, but once they mentally prepare him properly.
Yeah, but even if he's mentally prepared properly, when he gets to that game, because it's the first time he's going to be at that game, it's going to be a different arena, a different ball game. You can do it as much as you can here, you know. But when he goes on that plane and gets over there now, it's a different ball game. And then you can know the difference in an athlete competing against athletes who are way better than you.
Yeah.
Because if I'm running, for example, if I qualify for the Olympic Games running 10:9, and I know that the guys there are running 10:2, where am I going to go with my 10:9?
We're gonna we'll come back there, take a break. The guys say we need to take a break right now, so take a break, guys, and we'll come back.
Jingle your keys and get in gear with Carlo from ACB. Drive away with a low